The suitcase in Reagan's hotel room twitched like a living thing, a subtle shudder that sent her heart racing. Then with a muffled gasp, the zipper parted and a disheveled young woman tumbled out, her eyes wide with terror, whispering, "Please don't scream, help me or they'll kill me." Reagan froze, her travel blogger instincts kicking in as she dropped her camera, realizing this wasn't just another adventure story. This was a life unraveling before her eyes. Reagan Thompson had always chased the thrill of the unknown. As a 28-year-old travel blogger with over 1 million followers on Instagram and YouTube, her life was a whirlwind of exotic locales, sponsored stays, and perfectly curated posts. But nothing prepared her for this night in the heart of Manhattan. She just checked into the opulent Waldorf Astoria after a red-eye flight from LA, her battered Samsonite suitcase the only constant companion in her nomadic existence. Exhausted but buzzing with ideas for her next video, hidden gems of NYC beyond the tourist traps, she wheeled the case into her suite, the city lights twinkling like diamonds outside the window. She kicked off her boots, poured a glass of complimentary champagne, and flopped onto the king-sized bed. That's when she noticed it. A faint rustling from the suitcase. At first she dismissed it as jet lag playing tricks. But then it moved again, a deliberate shift, like something inside was alive. Her pulse quickened. "What the hell?" she muttered, approaching cautiously. She unzipped it slowly, expecting perhaps a forgotten item from her last trip. Instead, a pair of trembling hands pushed the lid open, and out spilled a girl, no, a young woman, curled up in fetal position, her clothes rumpled, face streaked with tears. The woman, Marley, as Reagan would soon learn, looked about 25, with wild auburn curls matted to her forehead and piercing green eyes that screamed desperation. "Please," Marley gasped, scrambling to her knees. "I didn't know where else to go. I saw your tag at the airport, you're Reagan Thompson, the blogger. I stowed away. Don't call the cops, they're looking for me." Reagan's mind reeled. This was insane. People didn't just hide in suitcases. But there was something in Marley's voice, a raw vulnerability that tugged at her. Growing up in a conservative Texas suburb, Reagan had hidden her own truths for years. Her sexuality, her dreams of escaping the family ranch for the open road. Coming out as lesbian at 20 had cost her dearly. Estranged parents, judgmental siblings. Now here was this stranger begging for sanctuary in the most bizarre way imaginable. "Okay, slow down," Reagan said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline. She helped Marley to her feet, guiding her to the couch. "Who are they? And how did you get in my suitcase?" Marley collapsed, wrapping her arms around herself. "My family. I'm from a small town in upstate New York. Strict religious folks. They found out about me. About who I am." She hesitated, glancing at Reagan with a mix of fear and recognition. "I'm gay. They were going to send me to one of those conversion camps. I ran, hitched to the airport, saw your suitcase unattended while you were at customs. It was stupid, reckless, but I had no choice." Reagan's heart ached. She knew that pain, the suffocating weight of rejection. "You're safe here," she assured, though doubt gnawed at her. What if this was a scam? But Marley's bruises, faint but real on her wrists, told a different story. Reagan ordered room service, burgers, fries, the quintessential American comfort food, and listened as Marley poured out her tale. Marley Quinn had grown up in a picturesque but stifling village near the Adirondacks. Her father, a pastor, ruled with an iron fist cloaked in scripture. Her mother, submissive and silent, enabled it all. Marley had known she was different since high school, crushing on her best friend instead of the boys. But coming out? Impossible. Until 6 months ago, when a leaked text message exposed her secret relationship with a college girlfriend. The fallout was swift. Locked in her room, prayers forced upon her, threats of eternal damnation. "I escaped 2 days ago," Marley said, nibbling on a fry. "Stole some cash, headed to the city. But they're tracking me, hired a private investigator, I think. Your suitcase. It was my only shot at disappearing." As the night wore on, Reagan felt an inexplicable pull. Marley's resilience, her quiet strength amid the chaos, mirrored Reagan's own journey. They talked until dawn about dreams deferred, the freedom of the open road, the loneliness of hiding. Reagan shared stories of her travels, hiking the Grand Canyon at sunrise, dancing in New Orleans' French Quarter. Marley listened, eyes lighting up, a spark of hope igniting. By morning, Reagan had decided. You can stay here for now. We'll figure this out. It was impulsive, but isn't that what her blog was about? Embracing the unexpected. Little did she know, this chance encounter would unravel secrets deeper than either imagined, testing loyalties and kindling a flame neither saw coming. The days blurred into a tentative routine. Reagan extended her hotel stay, citing inspiration strikes on social media. She introduced Marley to the vibrancy of New York, clandestine walks in Central Park, hot dogs from street vendors, the electric hum of Times Square. Marley, wary at first, began to open up. She revealed her passion for photography, stolen moments captured on a cheap camera back home. Reagan lent her equipment, and soon Marley was snapping candid shots, her talent raw but undeniable. One evening, as they shared a pizza on the hotel balcony, overlooking the Hudson River, the air shifted. You've given me more in a week than my family ever did, Marley said softly, her hand brushing Reagan's. The touch lingered electric. Reagan's breath caught. She'd dated women before. Fleeting romances on the road, but this felt different. Deeper. Dangerous. Yet shadows loomed. Marley's phone, shattered and discarded, couldn't hide the emails Reagan glimpsed on her laptop. Threats from her brother, promising to drag her back. And Reagan's own doubts crept in. Was she enabling a fugitive? Or worse, falling for someone whose past could destroy her career? As the second week dawned, Reagan's suite became a sanctuary of sorts, a bubble amid the city's chaos. Marley adapted quickly, her terror fading into cautious optimism. She helped with Reagan's blog, suggesting angles for posts, the human side of travel stories behind the scenery. Reagan loved it. Her followers noticed the fresh authenticity, like surging. But intimacy brewed subtly. Shared laughs over bad rom-coms on Netflix, shoulders touching during late-night edits. Reagan caught herself staring at Marley's profile, the way her curls caught the light, her smile rare but radiant. Marley, too, felt the stirrings. You're not like anyone I've known, she confessed one night, wine loosening tongues. Strong free. I envy that. Reagan chuckled. Free? I'm chained to my audience. Every post, every sponsor. It's a performance. She paused, vulnerability surfacing. But with you it feels real. Their first kiss happened organically, under the stars on a rooftop bar Reagan sneaked them into. The city sprawled below, alive and indifferent. Marley's lips were soft, tentative, then fervent. Reagan pulled back, searching her eyes. We can't rush this. Your world's upside down. I know, Marley whispered. But for the first time it feels right side up. The romance deepened, laced with drama. Marley's nightmares woke them both. Cries of no dad please. Reagan held her, soothing with stories of her own coming-out horrors. The slammed doors, the silent treatments. We survive, she'd say. We thrive. Yet conflict brewed. Reagan's agent called, pressuring for content. What's with the radio silence? Fans want adventure, not hotel selfies. Reagan deflected but guilt gnawed. Hiding Marley meant lying to her world. Then came the betrayal. Marley had a secret. Her ex-girlfriend Sarah from college. They'd broken up messily when Marley's family intervened, but Sarah had promised to help her escape. Instead, Sarah had tipped off the family for a reward. Marley's inheritance dangled as bait. Reagan discovered it accidentally, scrolling Marley's old emails while borrowing her laptop. How could she? Marley sobbed when confronted. I trusted her. The revelation shattered Marley, but bonded them closer. Reagan vowed protection. We'll go public if needed. My platform can help. Expose these camps, rally support. High drama ensued when Marley's brother, Ethan, showed up. Tracking her via a forgotten app, he pounded on the hotel door one stormy afternoon. Marley, open up. Dad sent me. You're coming home. Reagan barred the way, phone in hand. Leave or I call security. Ethan, burly and red-faced, sneered. Who are you? Her new freak friend. The slur stung, but Reagan stood firm. Marley, hiding in the bathroom, emerged trembling. Go away, Ethan. I'm done. He left, but not before vowing revenge. You'll regret this. Both of you. The incident escalated tensions. Reagan's followers sensed something amiss. Cryptic posts about unexpected journeys sparked speculation. One night, over takeout Chinese in bed, Marley broke down. "I'm dragging you down. Your life's perfect, why risk it?" "Because you're worth it," Reagan replied, cupping her face. "Love isn't safe. It's messy real." Their bond grew, infused with American spirit. Road trip dreams, 4th of July fireworks watched from afar. But Ethan's threats materialized. Anonymous emails to Reagan's sponsors. "Your influencer harbors a runaway. Scandal incoming." Reagan's world teetered. A major brand pulled out, citing controversy. Doubt crept in, was this love or folly? Marley, sensing it, offered to leave. "I won't ruin you." The argument was fierce, voices echoing in the suite. "Don't you get it?" Reagan yelled. "I'm all in." Tears flowed, reconciliation and embraces. But the seed of uncertainty sprouted. Amid the turmoil, moments of pure romance shone. A picnic in Bryant Park, fingers intertwined, sharing secrets under blooming trees. Marley's laugh, once rare, became frequent. Reagan captured it on camera, not for posts but for them. Yet the past clawed back. Sarah reappeared, texting apologies, begging forgiveness. Marley wavered, old wounds reopening. "She was my first love," she admitted to Reagan. Jealousy flared, drama peaking. In a heated confrontation via video call, Sarah confessed, "I was scared. Your family threatened me too." Marley forgave but chose Reagan. That chapter's closed. Relief was short-lived. Ethan's PI uncovered more. Marley's trust fund, contingent on moral compliance. They sued for custody, claiming mental instability. The legal battle loomed, turning their haven into a war room. Reagan hired a lawyer, dipping into savings. "We'll fight," she declared. Marley, empowered, began blogging anonymously, stories of survival resonating online. As weeks turned to months, their love matured, laced with humanism. Volunteering at LGBTQ shelters, advocating for change. Reagan's content evolved, gaining depth. Followers rallied, petitions circulated. But high stakes demanded sacrifices. Reagan's nomad life paused. Marley's freedom hung by a thread. The courtroom in downtown Manhattan buzzed with tension, a stark contrast to the romantic interludes Reagan and Marley had stolen amid the chaos. It was fall now, leaves turning gold in Central Park, but inside the air was thick with accusation. Marley's family had filed for conservatorship, painting her as unstable, influenced by deviant forces, namely Reagan. Reagan sat beside Marley, hand squeezing hers under the table. The judge, a stern woman with silver hair, listened as Ethan's lawyer droned. Ms. Quinn fled irresponsibly, endangering herself. Her associations are questionable. Marley's testimony was heartrending. "They wanted to erase me," she said, voice steady. "Conversion therapy isn't help, it's torture." Gasps rippled. Reagan's heart swelled with pride. Outside, protesters gathered. Reagan's followers, LGBTQ activists, chanting for justice. Her blog post, "The Real Journey, Love Against the Odds," had gone viral, exposing the family's tactics. Donations poured in for legal fees. But betrayal struck again. Sarah, subpoenaed, twisted the narrative. Marley was impulsive, reckless. "I tried to warn her. It was a knife." Old love turned venom. Marley crumbled in the hallway, sobbing into Reagan's shoulder. "Why? After everything?" Reagan held her. "Because she's lost. We're not." Their kiss there amid flashing cameras was defiant, a statement of unyielding love. The trial dragged, emotions raw. Reagan's parents, long silent, reached out, a tentative email. "We saw your story. Proud of you." Reconciliation flickered, humanizing the drama. Nights were solace. Curled on the couch watching old films like Thelma and Louise, dreaming of escapes. "One day we'll road trip cross-country," Reagan whispered. "Just us, the open highway." Marley's response. "With you anywhere's home." Climax built when evidence surfaced. Recordings of Marley's father's rants, leaked by a sympathetic cousin. "She's an abomination." The judge recoiled, tides turned. Yet personal costs mounted. Reagan's brand suffered. More sponsors fled, trolls attacked online. "Fake drama for clicks," they sneered. Doubt assailed. Was love worth ruin? In a vulnerable moment, Reagan confessed over coffee in a Greenwich Village cafe. "I'm scared, Marley. What if we lose everything?" Marley's eyes softened. Then we start over. Together. Their bond, forged in fire, deepened. Romantic gestures abounded. Surprise notes in luggage, stolen dances in rain-soaked streets. Humanism shone. Marley mentored youth at shelters, Reagan amplified voices on her platform. But Ethan's final ploy. A bribe attempt on Reagan. Leave her, take the money. She's not worth it. Reagan recorded it, turning tables. The verdict came on a crisp November day. Conservatorship denied. The judge ruled. Ms. Quinn is competent. Family interference ceases. Cheers erupted. Marley flung herself into Reagan's arms, tears of joy. Freedom tasted sweet. They celebrated with a Broadway show, Hamilton, fitting for their revolutionary love. But scars lingered. Marley's family disowned her fully. Reagan's career hung precariously. Post-trial, they retreated to a cabin in the Catskills, Reagan's treat. Amid autumn foliage they reflected. We survived, Marley said, tracing Reagan's palm. More than that, Reagan replied. We found each other. Intimacy bloomed gently. Shared sunsets, heartfelt talks. No rush, just presence. Drama ebbed, replaced by quiet romance. Yet life demanded forward motion. Reagan pitched a new series, Journeys of the Heart, stories of LGBTQ travelers. Sponsors trickled back, drawn to authenticity. Marley pursued photography, interning at a magazine. Independence suited her. Confidence grew. Holidays approached, Thanksgiving a test. Reagan invited her estranged family. Surprisingly, they came. Awkward at first, but stories bridged gaps. Marley's presence charmed. Walls cracked. Christmas in the city. Lights on Fifth Avenue. Ice skating at Rockefeller. Under mistletoe they kissed, the world fading. But shadows whispered. Sarah's apology letter arrived. Genuine this time? Marley burned it. Past is past. New Year's Eve, Times Square ball drop, confetti raining. To us, they toasted. As winter thawed, challenges resurfaced. Reagan's wanderlust pulled. Marley rooted in NYC for therapy, healing. Compromise, joint travels. First trip, California coast. Highway 1, wind and hair, ocean views. Stops at Big Sur, picnics on cliffs. Romance peaked. A beach proposal? No, subtler. A promise ring at sunset. Forever's our adventure, Reagan said. Marley accepted, eyes shining. Through storms and sun. Human elements wove in. Volunteering at pride events, advocating reform. Their story inspired books offered, but they declined. It's ours, Marley insisted. Yet biographic depth. Reagan confronted her roots, visiting Texas. Family reunion tearful, acceptance budding. Marley's cousin reached out. Olive branch from fragments of family. Life's tapestry, joy, sorrow intertwined. Spring brought renewal, but with it, unforeseen turbulence. Reagan's career rebounded spectacularly. A TED Talk invite. Embracing the unexpected. Lessons from a suitcase surprise. The audience laughed, cried, offers flooded. Marley beamed from the front row. Her photography featured in the slides. Yet success strained. Reagan's schedule intensified, trips to Europe, Asia. Marley joined when possible, but her budding career anchored her. A gallery show in Soho, capturing urban queer life. Distance bred insecurity. Late-night calls turned tense. You're always gone, Marley accused during one Skype from Paris. Is this us or your brand? Reagan sighed. It's for us, building security. But doubt festered. Enter conflict. An old flame of Reagan's, Alex, a fellow blogger, resurfaced at a conference. Flirty texts misinterpreted. Marley saw them, jealousy igniting. Are you cheating? The fight was epic, echoing across oceans. No. It's nothing. Reagan protested. But seeds of betrayal, echoing Sarah's ghost, took root. Reagan cut ties with Alex, flew home early. Reconciliation in tears. I choose you always. Drama deepened when Marley's father suffered a stroke. Ethan called. He wants to see you. Marley wavered. Humanity clashing with hurt. Reagan supported. Go if you need closure. The visit to upstate was harrowing. Bedside, her father whispered regrets. I was wrong. Forgive me. Tears flowed, partial healing. But it stirred old traumas. Marley returned changed, reflective, distant. Their love tested, evolved. Therapy sessions together. Unpacking baggage, building trust. Romantic getaways. Weekends in the Hamptons, walks on beaches, reaffirming vows. Personnel growth. Reagan scaled back travels, focusing on domestic stories. Marley published a memoir excerpt. Anonymous, powerful. Summer sizzled with Pride Month. They marched in NYC's parade, flags waving, kisses public. Media dubbed them the Suitcase Sweethearts, a moniker they embraced. But high drama struck. A stalker-obsessed fan from Reagan's blog targeted Marley. Threats online, shadows following. Police involved. Fear resurfaced. Reagan's guilt. "This is my fault," Marley reassured. "We're in this together." Resolution. Stalker arrested, but it prompted relocation. They bought a brownstone in Brooklyn, home base, symbol of commitment. Autumn again. Anniversary of their meeting. Celebration intimate. Suitcase picnic in the park. Laughing at the absurdity. Emotions peaked in quiet moments. Marley proposing a joint project. Photo book of their journey. From terror to triumph. Reagan agreed, hearts full. Yet life's impermanence loomed. Marley's health scare. A benign lump but terrifying. Hospital vigils, Reagan never leaving. "You're my anchor," Marley whispered. Clean bill, gratitude deepened. Winter holidays. Blended families. Reagan's parents hosted, Marley's cousin attended. Toast to forgiveness, love. New Year resolutions. More presence, less performance. As spring bloomed anew, their story felt complete, yet ongoing. Challenges would come, but foundation solid. Humanism prevailed. Mentoring others, advocating bans on conversion therapy. Bills passed in states, their testimony key. Romance endured. Surprise dates, love notes. Physical closeness tender. Emotional bonds unbreakable. In reflection, Reagan blogged, "Love isn't a destination, it's the road, bumps and all." Marley added photos, captions poetic. Their legacy. Inspiring countless, proving resilience. But privately, contentment. Evenings on the stoop, watching Brooklyn life, hands entwined. Years passed in a tapestry of triumphs and trials, their love a beacon amid America's evolving landscape. By 30, Reagan had pivoted to a podcast, Unpacked Journeys, featuring stories like theirs. Marley, now a renowned photographer, exhibited nationwide. Her work gracing museums from MoMA to the Getty. Yet drama never fully faded. A political backlash, anti-LGBTQ bills in red states, hit home when Marley's hometown revived old hatreds. Protests ensued. They joined, voices amplified. Personal betrayal resurfaced. Ethan, reformed post-father's death, relapsed into resentment, leaking family secrets to tabloids. Suitcase scandal. Hidden truths. Headlines stung but support overwhelmed. Allies rallied. Story reframed as empowerment. Highs balanced lows. Adopting a rescue dog. Naming it Wander, symbol of their path. Family expansions. Reagan's sister coming out, seeking advice. Mentorship full circle. Romance matured into profound partnership. Vows exchanged in a quiet Vermont ceremony, friends, chosen family witnessing. In chaos and calm, they pledged. Honeymoon. Cross-country RV trip. Echoing dreams. From NYC to LA, stops at national parks, diners, queer landmarks. Under starry skies in Yosemite, they reflected. From a suitcase to forever. Human elements defined them. Community service, fostering youth escaping similar fates. A foundation established, suitcase safe havens, shelters nationwide. Challenges persisted. Reagan's burnout from advocacy. Marley's imposter syndrome. They navigated with therapy, communication, pillars of their bond. A pivotal moment. Marley's pregnancy via IVF, donor anonymous. Joy mingled with fear. Reagan's support unwavering. Birth of their daughter, Hope, in a NYC hospital, tears, laughter. Parenthood transformed. Sleepless nights, first steps, balancing careers. Drama and milestones. Hope's illness at 2, a fever spiking terror. Recovery strengthened resolve. As Hope grew, stories shared. Mommy hid in Mama's suitcase once. Giggles, lessons in love. Aging gracefully. 40s bringing wisdom. Reagan's book, The Girl in the Suitcase. A memoir of unexpected love, bestseller. Marley's retrospective sold out. Final conflict. A health crisis for Reagan, breast cancer scare. Biopsy negative, but it prompted reevaluation. Life's too short, they agreed, retiring partially, traveling with hope. Ketuk Nan Van. Not fairy tale perfect but real. In their Brooklyn home surrounded by photos, mementos, they sat on the porch watching sunset. We've weathered storms, Marley said, head on Reagan's shoulder. And found rainbows, Reagan replied. Their legacy. A world slightly kinder, love's like theirs normalized. Hope inheriting spirit dreamed big. In the end it wasn't the drama that defined them, but the quiet humanity. The choice to love fiercely, forgive deeply, live authentically. As the city hummed, their story endured. A testament to resilience, romance, the American dream reimagined.